Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're looking at the brand new White Scars Combat Patrol for Warhammer 40,000. So first of all I want to say massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us this over to have a look at on the site. In this video we're going to be checking out the contents, having a look at all the sprues, seeing how it goes together, and at the end of the video I'll have these built and painted to see what they look like in the flesh. And yeah, this is a cool one. So we've had a lot of new characters for a lot of the chapters over the last few months, and one that I've been really excited for was the White Scars Suboden Khan, who is a new jet bike mounted White Scars character. I've got a big 30k White Scars army, so lots of jet bikes appeals, and hopefully this is a little tease that maybe we'll get some actual jet bikes in the future. But yeah, this is a nice little combat patrol. This is £105, which I believe is the new price for combat patrols. Obviously you can get that cheaper from third-party sites such as Element Games. I've got a link in the description. And yeah, this looks pretty fun. You get a unit of Outriders, you get the new character, you get an Impulsor and a unit of 5 Assault Marines. So very on point with the White Scars theme. I don't know if I'd have maybe liked to have seen it all on bikes, so maybe have an ATV in there and a chaplain and another unit bikes or something. But again, with a fast moving theme, the transport does kind of fit in there too. And considering we've had a lot of rhinos in combat patrols, it's nice that we've had a new transport in here too. So yeah, I'm going to be building and painting these as White Scars, because I think as new kind of like fast stuff comes out, I'll probably build a White Scars army that feels kind of very fast moving around that. A bit of a slow burn project, but this combat patrol's a really good excuse to get that going. So yeah, and what we'll do is open this up, let's have a look at the sprues. Obviously a lot of these are existing kits that we've seen before. The main focus is really going to be on that new character. But yeah, I think £105 is the new price for combat patrols in general, so let us know what you think of that. You know, so we've gone a long way from you know, those start collecting boxes to more kind of themed combat patrols. I do wonder if we're going to get something similar to Spearhead for 40k, where we get all of the combat patrols in one book, and then you know, as new ones are introduced we get new ones added to the codexes maybe. But yeah, let's have a look at the stuff in here first though. So looks like we've got a new I think that is the new mount for the flying stand on the Impulsor. We've got the new character here, which is over 2 sprues, and he looks really cool. Like I say, I'm a big fan of the White Scars, and the lack of kind of like mounted characters has kind of stopped me from kind of doing a thematic army like that before. So I'm hoping that we do start to get some more different characters on bikes and jet bikes, because this guy looks really cool. You know, there's some potential bits you could use in here for kit bashing Horus Heresy White Scars units. Let's see, a couple of heads as well, with a helmet and without. So yeah, that's very cool. If we have a look at the other sprue as well for the base, obviously we've got the same kind of like repulsor units that we see on the other grav tanks, so it kind of ties it together, and quite a cool size looking model. Really looking forward to building and painting this one up, because like I say, I'm a big White Scars fan, and that looks very cool. So that is the new character. So the rest of the kits that we've seen in here we've seen before in the past. We won't spend too long on them, but we get the multi-part, oh that's broken a little bit there, we get the multi-part Outrider sprue. This was from I think it was before Leviathan, wasn't it? It was in the Indomitus box. Again, still stands up today though. I do wonder if we'll get multi-part ones of these in the future, rather than the push fit kits, hopefully at some point. We also get the Impulsor in here, which is across 2 sprues. And again, this is an older kit, not super old, but it's nice to see this rather than a Rhino in here, which we've seen in a lot of the combat patrol boxes. And again, here's the full kit for that, which is ace. And then finally we get 5-man Assault Intercessor Squad as well. Again, this is an older one, but it still stands up. And yeah, these will all be painted in White Scars colours. From a bases point of view, we get the 3 bases for the push fit models, plus the base for the character and the base for the impulsor. We do get a, looks like a new White Scars sheet, which is interesting. Yeah, that is a new White Scars transfer sheet, so that is very interesting. I wonder if that means that maybe come next edition we'll see some more love for the White Scars, because traditionally we see, you know, sheets that cover all of the legions, and a full White Scars sheet here is pretty cool. And we do get some markings, so the Stormlords must be a successor chapter. But yeah, quite a lot of iconography on there, so that's really cool as well. So yeah, we'll put all that back in the box. We'll have a quick look at the instructions. Like I say, a lot of this will focus on older kits that we've seen before. But we'll see how the new character goes together. Suboden Khan. Nice little breakdown of what all the gear is on him. Don't think there's going to be much in the way of kind of multiple assemblies here, but we do know he's got a different head, so that's cool. So yeah, build up the assembly there. And I really do reckon that we're going to get jet bikes at some point. I do wonder if you know, this is a bit of a precursor to some new Space Marine vehicles, because jet bikes would be ace. You know, they're ace in Heresy, just the look of them, and these obviously having a very different look to them too would fit in really well. And then finally you build up the guy on the back. It does recommend painting it in sub-assemblies, so yeah, that cape's definitely going to get in the way of some detail, so I think it's definitely one to paint off of the bike before you stick him on. But yeah, he looks really, really cool. So yeah, what I'd probably do is build up the bike, build up him, and then leave the cape separately so you can get to the detail underneath it. Otherwise that might cause some issues later on when you're trying to paint it. But yeah, that's really cool. Won't go through all the rest of this. This is just the standard instructions for the rest of the kits in there as well. So what we're going to do now is jump to the future. We'll have this built and painted, and we'll see what they look like in the flesh. I've been furiously painting away, and I've got the White Scars Combat Patrol painted up, ready for the video. Now at first I wasn't sure whether I was going to maybe paint some of these as Ultramarines, to add to a kind of future Ultramarines army I'm planning on doing. But in the end I decided, well, I was going to paint up the new guy in White Scar colours anyway. I quite like the White Scars. I've got a Horus Heresy White Scars army, and I haven't actually got that many painted combat patrols either, so I thought White Scars are quite a quick and easy one to paint. These are predominantly kind of sprayed brown, Zenithal spray of white, and then painting all the other details, and then put a bit of kind of recessed weathering and washes around everything, and a bit of sponging on the edges just to weather them up and look them a bit more kind of lived in and aged. And you can get away with just that spray of white Zenithal kind of over the brown, just to give it that nice pure crisp colour. So really quick to do. So yeah, I'll got a quick look at these guys. Obviously these are all existing models apart from the new fella, but they do have the nice new White Scars transfer sheet, which has got like knee decals on there as well. Really happy how these guys turned out. I will probably add to these White Scars. There's rumours that in the next edition of the game there's going to be a lot of new kind of fast units, new jet bikes, which obviously we'll look at in a little bit, new speeders and stuff like that. So I think a fully mounted White Scars army, so all the infantry will have to be in transports or something to keep the kind of vibe of the army. I think that'd be quite fun to do, especially if those rumours are true. And probably realistically next summer it's going to be the release of the next edition of the game, so that'd be most likely when we'd see some cool new Space Marine models. Transport as well looks nice. There's some really good transfers on the sheet. Hopefully this is a sign that the White Scars are going to get some more love in the future as well. Up alongside this we've got an article over on spruesandbrews.com where we go into like the new White Scars detachment and the rules for the new guy. I haven't seen the combat patrol rules at the minute, presumably they will get some. So yeah, hopefully all of these, we've had a lot of models and releases for various chapters over the last few months, so hopefully it's a sign that come the new edition, each of the chapters gets a bit more love. Obviously we know Ultramarines got a load of stuff on the horizon, and you know, there's quite a few new bits here for White Scars with all the transfers and the character and everything, so yeah. But no, enjoy painting these up. Well, one of the rumours I heard as well was multi-part Outriders as well. These push-fit ones are showing their age a little bit, and you see there's a few gaps that I've struggled to fill trying to get these done quickly in the space of like a week and a bit for the video. But yeah, new multi-part ones with new weapon options and stuff. It'd be really, really nice. So yeah, let's move on to the main event and the new character on his jet bike. And this is an absolutely incredible model. Really, really cool. Now the way it's built up, you can easily see this being a generic kind of jet bike for your troops. Obviously it's got a lot of kind of design that mirrors the repulsor vehicles from the Space Marines as well. You see all these kind of like grav plates on the bottom. It feels kind of big and bulky. This thing kind of like shuddering along with kind of all the sand kind of flowing past it in its wake. And I could absolutely see this being a unit in the next edition. He is very cool. We would say leave him separate from the bike when you're painting it, because there's going to be a lot of detail that you're not going to be able to get to if you glue him on. So I just left him off. You could maybe leave the cloak separate, but the way it's built makes that a little bit difficult. So I just left him as one sub-assembly, painted him, painted the bike, stuck them together, and then job done. But yeah, really, really nice details on this. You've got the cool little shield that he's got, and all the iconography on this one's all kind of sculpted on the shoulder pad and everything as well. I was toying with putting some transfers on the side here, but I felt it looked nicer with that clean white finish on it as well. So yeah, so that's a look at the new White Scars Combat Patrol. Like I say, we do have a full write-up over on spruesandbrews.com as well, where we go into the rules, the new detachment, and just share my thoughts on what I think this is like from a value point of view. It's a pretty fun one. I've not, for all the years I've been playing Warhammer 40,000, I've not actually painted many Space Marines. It's normally Jay who paints them up for the you know, the big box releases and stuff. I did have an army a while ago, but I've not painted any Space Marines for a nice time, so it's been quite refreshing playing some White Scars, and I'm kind of keen to paint up some Ultramarines now as well. So I'm thinking in the future, if there are new releases, I'll split the kind of the more elite stuff and infantry stuff into the Ultramarines, and then any fast moving stuff into the White Scars. And I've got two different feeling Space Marine armies then. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, so let's look at the new Combat Patrol. Let us know what you think. If you have enjoyed the video, why not give us a like, give us a follow. Let us know if you're going to pick up this Combat Patrol and what you think of all the recent releases of new characters for various chapters. And if you would like to support the site as well, we do have a link to Element Games in the description. Anything that you buy through that, we get a bit of a kickback, which goes towards helping run the site. But yeah, until next time, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.